Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Today's video is going to be a business planning and strategy tips video. In today's video, I am going to be sharing with you all how to plan for your most successful year in your business. But before we get started, I have a lot in front of me because I spent some time today sitting down with my data, sitting down with my business plans, sitting down with my business goals, and really crafting a strategy that's going to enable my success for my business in 2022. So once again, if you are interested in learning how to plan your 2022 business strategy, stay tuned. But first things first, if you're new to my channel, hey, welcome. My name is Coach D, and I love all things planning. Here on my channel, I share pieces of my life with the hope of helping you to balance, grow, and succeed in yours. So I made the decision to sit down and record this video. It's pretty late when I'm recording it, but I really wanted to cue you guys in on what I have been doing to plan for my business. So in front of me, I have a few things. I'm going to talk through it. I have just some markers to write with, pencils, a pen. I have some sticky notes that I haven't gotten to yet. We'll talk about that later in the video. I have my planner that I'm going to use for my business, which is the Vista planner. So this is the 2022 Vista planner. If you're interested in this video, in this planner, I will leave a link to the video where I unboxed this planner and did a flip through in the description box. I do have a discount code for you to save on this planner. I'll leave that in the description box as well. So this is what I will be using for 2022 for my business. I also have just another, I also have another happy planner. This is just a happy planner, skinny. It's super, super old. This may be 2 or 3 years old. I don't even know what year this is. What year is this? 2020. So I used it just because it had a few blank pages and I needed some scrap paper. I have another sheet that's just for scrap paper, and I have a poster board. You're probably not going to be able to see it all in frame, but I started outlining the 2022 year on this poster board, and that's where the sticky notes will come in handy because I'm going to use sticky notes to kind of outline the activities, the revenue generating activities that I'm going to be doing in 2022. And I'm using sticky notes so that I'll be able to pick them up and move things about. And I have a multicolor pack because each revenue generating activity will have its own color for the sticky notes. So everything is going to be color coded, and I am going to be doing that on the poster board. But before we even get to that step, before I even can get to this step, today's video is going to be about the preliminary steps that you need to take before you plan for your year. So I'm really going to do this kind of free form and just talking you through the steps that I took, but the framework is simple. Regardless of whether your business is a service-based business, regardless of whether your business is a product-based business, if you are an entrepreneur of any type, even if you have an MLM, I believe this will be applicable for you as well. But there are 3 simple steps in this framework. Now, when you get into the weeds, that's where it becomes a bit more intricate and it's customizable to the type of business that you have. But those 3 questions that you need to ask yourself set out the framework for your planning process. Question number 1. Where am I coming from? Where am I or my business coming from? So that's your time to reflect on the prior year. The next question that you're going to ask, where am I going to? What's your vision statement? What's your mission? What do you need from your business in the upcoming year? Question number 3, how am I going to get there? So that's the framework when you are planning your business strategy. Where am I coming from? Where am I going to? And how am I going to get there? A lot of times we overcomplicate our business plans and our business strategy. But if we sift through the fluff and stuff, I don't do fluff. So if we sift through the fluff and all of the other kind of concepts that people try to teach and make money off of, it really boils down to those 3 questions when you are crafting your business strategy. Where am I coming from? Where am I going to? And how am I going to get there? So based on that, I went through with my planner, and in the Arvista planner, I love it because it has this section where you can write your vision. So I started there. And when I wrote my vision, it wasn't so much focused on the grandiose of what I want to accomplish in 2022. It was really more reflective. And I'll refine my vision statement after I'm finished with the planning process. So I went through and started to think about what I wanted Career Mom Community, which is my business, Career Mom Community, what I want it to be. So it's to be the go-to resource for purpose-driven mothers looking to navigate their career journey, build purposeful businesses, manage family finances, and enjoy life. So that encompasses my blog, careermomcommunity.com, my blog, Coach D's Planner Life, which is associated with this YouTube channel, Coach D's Planner Life, and all of my other content avenues, as well as the products and the coaching services that I offer. So that's what I think about when I think about my business. After I did that vision statement, again, I asked myself, where am I coming from? So all of this, like, it's a lot that I wrote down, but I took the time to go through all of my revenue sources. I took the time to look at my stats. All of my stats, from YouTube to my watch time, my Facebook page, my Facebook group. I took the time to write down my stats, and I put as of 12/28/2021, which is the time that I did this exercise. And I really took the time to understand, what drove revenue for my business? What was popular or trending or most impactful for my business in 2021? So it was a moment to really reflect. On the other side of the year in review, I did an idea dump. So as things were coming to my memory, as I was going through, like, reviewing when I hosted a workshop through Eventbrite. So things were just popping back to my remembrance from that time period. So I started jotting down some other ideas, some things that maybe worked well that I wanted to capture, and things that didn't work well. So where am I coming from? That was that time of reflection. The second thing is, where am I going to? So based on my expenses for 2021, I did kind of a pro forma 2022 expense worksheet. And that gives me the idea of what I anticipate my spend to be in 2022 and some of the other needs for my business. Once I did that, that gave me an idea of just how much I'll need to generate, because I want to offset my expenses. Now, if you're new to my channel, you probably don't know my background is in finance. I have a career in corporate finance, and I love, budgets and analysis and things like that. So this is a strong suit for me to really dive into the data, dive into the metrics. I do it for my career. So it was a pretty simple process for me, but I understand for those of you who may be watching, this may not be a strong suit for you. So I want to help you. I want to empower you and give you tips to be successful in your business. The other thing that I did after I analyzed my expenses was I thought about what would I like to pay myself from my business. So outside of my expenses, right, that includes any types of ads that I'm going to run. It includes any materials, any supplies. Y'all know I love planners and things. So if I buy any more planners that I'm going to use for content purposes, so business write-offs, things of that nature, travel expenses for conferences. So I thought about my expenses. That's one piece. But beyond breaking even in my business, I want to be able to pay myself. So that's a part of the where am I going to. So that became step 2. Just thinking about, kind of what worked, what were my revenue drivers, what were my biggest expenses. And that kind of helps me to understand how much I need to set as a revenue goal for my business. Once I got to step 3, I started thinking about how in the world am I going to get there? What am I going to do to generate that revenue in my business to offset my expenses and to be able to pay myself the salary that I am looking for my business to pay me? So after I did that, I had my number in mind. I'm not going to share it here on YouTube, but I do have my number in mind. Stick around for the next video, part 2, when I talk about my planning. I might share it then, I'm not really sure. But I knew my number, my target number. Based on that, I started thinking, how can I get there? How can I hit this target revenue goal for my business? So I went back and I said, what will my revenue generating activities encompass in 2022? So I outlined those and I started playing around with numbers to do different scenario analysis. And all that simply means is saying, I have notebooks now, deluxe journals. I'll leave a link to those in the description box. How many journals would I need to sell to hit this target? And that number was quite large. And to be honest, I am a new entrepreneur. So one of the things that we have to do is be realistic about the goals that we set. And I knew that my planners alone wouldn't get me to that particular target. So I started thinking about the types of coaching clients that I take on and the fees that I have from coaching. What mix of coaching would I need to offer to be able to hit that revenue target? I also have a content creation arm of my business where I do sponsored content here on YouTube. So what do I think I will be able to generate over the course of 2022 through sponsored content? So I started playing around with the numbers to help me understand how am I going to get there. But it doesn't stop there. I can say, okay, well, I'll target selling 1,000 items of merch and having 150 coaching clients for more of a done-for-you service. What will that look like? And then I will plan it out and plan out my entire year. I'll start here on my vision board or my strategy board. I'll start to translate that into the planner. So I'll probably do it simultaneously, but this will become my roadmap that will enable me to hit my 2022 financial goals for my business. This is where I'm going to leave you guys. Thank you so much for watching, but hit subscribe because I will do a part 2 to this video where I walk you through my planning process for planning out my roadmap for 2022. So stick around. You don't want to miss it. Give this video a thumbs up, hit subscribe. I would love to welcome you to my YouTube family. Bye for now.